I would say very simply that I was defrauded through the actions of Kent Stiles, who represents Safeco Insurance, and Vince Paglia, who is the president of Protech Construction. And this was their intention from the beginning. I had a tree limb fall on my bedroom on Earth Day 2016. I called Safeco, who is my insurer, to report the claim about 5 minutes after it happened, and it took them 19 days to respond. When they did respond, the first adjuster on the case sent an engineer and appraiser out here, and they assessed the damages and settled the claim for $48,000. I called in to make a complaint about the fact that my insurance coverage was about to be canceled while I was in the midst of the claim, because somehow or another, a mortgage company had gotten access to my insurance papers and put themselves on it as a lien holder. Now, I had been through probate and my home was awarded to me free and clear. No claims were made against the estate. And so this mortgage company really had no right to do what they did, but Safeco upheld them in it. And that first $48,000 was made out in a check with both my name and this mortgage company's name on it. I sent them the check, and they kept them rather than put them into a draw file so that the contractor could make the repairs. They just kept the money. And so a second adjuster came on the scene. He was the one who responded to my questions about how did this company get themselves back on my insurance. And this man sent another adjuster, a field adjuster, and the contractor to my home. I thought they were coming to do the repairs. When they got here, they said, "Oh, your home can't be repaired. You have no foundation. The whole thing will have to be torn down." And so supposedly they were given this mandate by Building and Safety, Los Angeles County Building and Safety, who allegedly put out a whole house red tag, and that was supposed to justify my home being torn down. So there's a thing that I don't think a lot of consumers know about, and that is that there is a confidential relationship between the insurance adjuster and the contractors. That relationship cannot be broached even by a consumer. So they're pretty much able to do whatever they want. So when I spoke with the second adjuster, whose name is Kent Stiles, he's the one that's done all of these things. He assured me that, everything was fine, that all the paperwork had been approved, and that I was going to get a new house. So I was given a contract to sign by Protech that said they were going to repair my home. I was supposed to be out of my home for 3 to 6 months. When I was out of my home past that time, I notified the insurance commission that I thought something was wrong. And as we continued along, things only got worse. Every time I would say to Kent Stiles, "There's something wrong here," he ignored me. Anytime I told the field adjuster there was something wrong here, she ignored me. Anytime I told the contractor something's wrong here. He ignored me until we finally got to December of 2017, when my family and I were forced to move into the replacement structure, because I wouldn't really call it a house. And they built it with no plans. That's the major thing. So they used plan drawings of my old house and claimed those were used to build the new house. So I have repeatedly asked the insurance commission to get documents that should have been in my claim file to me. Specifically, I have asked for the itemized statements that accompanied all 7 of the checks that were paid to Protech Construction. I have only one of those itemized statements, and it's for over $80,000, and it's for things that do not exist here, for services that were not performed here. And so I asked Kent Stiles to please provide me with the remainder of those statements, and he won't do it. I also asked him to provide me with the documentation that would have superseded the engineering report that's in the claim file that said the only thing damaged was that one room. And that's why the claim was settled for $48,000, just for one room. So I asked him to send me the whole house red tag. He has not done so. I contacted Building and Safety here and asked them to provide it. So they are supposedly researching it right now. And essentially, we were forced to have our home destroyed and then forced to move into something that is totally inadequate. They reported none of the changes to underwriting. I did that. And they've caused my taxes to go sky high when I guess it was the contractor reported to the county assessor's office that I had 816 square feet of housing here when there's only 585. Oh, so I've spent the last year attempting to make corrections wherever I could, and to get documents that would support or not what they did here. One thing I would like to achieve is alerting other consumers about their rights and about the relationships that exist between contractors and adjusters, because most consumers don't know their rights.